let's talk about Infinity War. Let's do it. If you guys haven't seen Avengers Infinity War yet, I'm just going to put it out there as plainly as I can. There will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't checked this movie out yet, hit stop, turn back, do not proceed. On the other hand, if you have seen it, or if you're like me and you've already seen it twice, or if you've seen it 3 times, or 5 times, or 10 times, or if you've been seeing it every day, Movie Pass users, then please come join me for this fun little conversation where I'm just going to talk about my thoughts and feelings on Infinity War, the cinematic universe up to this point, and where I think they're going to go with Avengers 4. This one is going to just be a completely raw, unedited, straight upload as is. So let's just dive right into it. First of all, I freaking loved Infinity War. It was great. It really was. I mean, you had Iron Man, you had Captain America, you had Thor, you had Hulk for a few minutes. Yeah, that was something I didn't expect them to do, especially because the trailers they released showed Hulk in Wakanda. So I was kind of surprised when Hulk only showed up at the beginning of the film, battling Thanos a little bit on the Asgardian ship, and then no more Hulk. But what I thought was really cool was Bruce Banner getting into that Hulk Buster during the battle at Wakanda. That was just freaking awesome. I was losing it in the theater when that happened. I was like, yes, 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 yes. The thing about this movie that I was most hyped for, just going into it, was Iron Spider. I mean, I saw that suit the second I saw that. I was like, oh my god, that is the part of the film that I am going to go crazy over. Turns out it did. Turns out that suit's awesome. It's got the legs that shoot out of the back and like help Spider-Man when he needs it and doesn't help him when he doesn't need it. And the way they gave him the suit, that was great because they showed the suit. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same suit that Tony Stark showed Peter Parker at the end of Homecoming. And he turned it down. He didn't have a choice but to take it this time. He's on this alien thing. He's on the alien ship. And Tony Stark tells him to come down. And he says he can't. He tells him, just fall, I'll catch you. And he has the suit come in and get him. And the suit, oh my god. So cool. Pop culture references, I've come to expect that now in movies, especially when it comes to something like this. Especially when you have characters like Spider-Man meeting characters like Peter Quill. Because the Guardians of the Galaxy films thrive on their pop culture references to an extent. Because Peter Quill, he remembers Earth from the 80s, so that's what he's got. So seeing Peter Parker making references to that kind of stuff was also really cool. But the big question, what do I think is going to happen in Avengers Part 4, which used to be titled Infinity War Part 2, but now is just known as Avengers 4? I think people are going to come back to life. I do. I don't think people are going to stay dead. There's no way that Marvel is going to leave everybody dead who died in the film. There's not. I don't think Loki's coming back. I don't know about Tom Hiddleston's contract, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's up. Heimdall, not coming back. Mjolnir, which was destroyed at the end of Thor Ragnarok, not coming back. Gamora, she coming back. Spider-Man, Peter Quill, everybody who was snapped out of existence, they're all coming back. The writers are trying to divert us and say, oh, they're not coming back. Trust me, they're coming back. Because let us be honest for a second. There is no way in hell, after all the goodwill that Marvel got from Black Panther, that they would destroy Black Panther and not bring him back. They're not going to do that. Because that would ruin all of the goodwill that they got from that film. And that would just be terrible of them to lose that goodwill. The other reason that I feel that they're going to bring everybody back is because Peter Parker died. Now, let me just clarify for a second. I cried like a baby when Spider-Man died. Second time I've ever cried at a Spider-Man death. The first time was in Spider-Man issue 700. I think it was issue 700. It was the end of the Dying Wish storyline, which led into Superior Spider-Man. Which, by the way, Superior Spider-Man, great series if you had a chance to read it. Really, really well done. Controversial, but really well done. I cried during that death. I did. I cried. That was just... And then I cried in this film when he's like, "Sir, I don't want to go, please, sir." I was just like, oh my god, I can't. And I had tears coming down my eyes. And then Groot, and he... Tears. And then James Gunn just recently revealed that Groot's final words, or his final word, I guess I should say, when he's looking at Rocket, he says, "Dad." That's really playing with my heartstrings there. I will say, I thought Nick Fury's death was kind of funny because they pulled the great Sam Jackson line of "mother" and cut it. I thought that was good. I also thought that was funny because they did something in Homecoming where Aunt May sees Peter Parker in the Spider-Man costume, and she goes to say "motherfucker" or "son of a bitch" or something. I just said that. Okay. So we just had one edit there because I had to cut out some profanity that I wasn't planning on using in this video. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I thought Sam Jackson's death was kind of cool because of that. And of course, that's leading into Captain Marvel coming into the universe, which means more heroes, yes. But going back to Spider-Man, I think that Spider-Man is going to be part of the key future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because they said that the universe is going to change after Avengers 4. And I think one of those things is that Peter Parker is going to become a big player. I think that Captain America, he's going to die. Sam Wilson's going to take over as Captain America, God willing. Or Bucky, who knows. I'm hoping Sam Wilson, personally. I think Anthony Mackie would make a kick-ass Captain America. But I am also pretty sure that Sebastian Stan could also do it if need be. I believe both of those would actually be considered canonical to the comics, but I'm not sure. Because I haven't read all 40, 50 years of Captain America. Iron Man. Maybe dead. Maybe not. I don't think he'd retire. I think he might just kind of fade off. Just step into the background and kind of let Spider-Man and the other remaining heroes kind of run things a little more. Thor, we're not going to see him come out for a while. But I'm hoping eventually he comes back. I don't think Thor's going to die. And then, what about Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk? I think they're going to use him more in the new universe after Avengers 4. Because Mark Ruffalo, if they could get the rights to do a standalone solo film with Hulk, that'd be badass. So maybe we could get lucky enough that they will. Who knows? I don't know. It's possible. I don't know. But I do know people are going to come back. And I know that Ant-Man is going to somehow play into it. Based on what I've read online, the prevailing theory, and I agree with this, is that there's a pocket dimension in the Soul Stone, and everybody that got snapped away is living inside of the Soul Stone now, and they're going to find a way to bring them out, and it might involve Pym particles, which is how you're going to bring Ant-Man into it, and Hawkeye's going to come back, but he's going to be Ronin. I've read these things online. I agree with a lot of what I've read, because it's sound. A lot of the theories are sound. I'll be surprised if they do something different. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell. We've got to wait a year. On the bright side, before then, I know we've got Ant-Man and Wasp. I think we might have... Actually, I'm going to just pull it up because I don't want to butcher this. Let me just see real quick which Marvel films we have coming up before Avengers 4, because I need to know what my Marvel film is going to be like. No, Deadpool 2 does not count. I am very excited for Deadpool 2, but I'm still very excited for Deadpool 2. Sorry, I googled for the entirely wrong thing just now. to try and find the answer to my question. Yeah, so our upcoming films that we have are Ant-Man and Wasp in July, Captain Marvel next March, and then the new Avengers film on May 3rd. I don't think we're going to learn a lot new, but I think we are going to learn who Captain Marvel is, obviously. I think we're going to see some cool Ant-Man stuff that's going to help lead into Avengers. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Ant-Man post-credits scene does something to show Ronan or Hawkeye, or however they choose to do that. And then, of course, post-Phase 3, July of 2019, we have Untitled Spider-Man Homecoming sequel and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is scheduled for 2020. But now, in terms of that sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, I think that it is going to be a sequel to Homecoming, and it's probably going to be set between Homecoming and Infinity War, and I think it's going to show us how Peter Parker discovered his spider sense and the fallout of Aunt May seeing him in the costume, and I think that's going to give us a little more story there to fill in before Infinity War, whereas Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 could be a lead into Infinity War, but I feel like more than likely it might be a post Infinity War film. It doesn't look like there is really anything confirmed yet about Guardians 3 in terms of who's going to be. I do know there are going to be more cosmic films. So, we'll see. We'll see. That being said, I think that Marvel has done a kick-ass job these last 10 years doing these cinematic universe films. And I think that they're going to continue to be kick-ass even after Avengers 4. And I'd love to know what you guys thought of Infinity War and what you guys think is going to happen post-Phase 3 and what you guys think is going to happen in Avengers 4. And just let me know down in the comments below. While you're there, please hit the subscribe button so you know when I put out new content. If you want notifications, hit the bell icon. That's going to really help you out the way YouTube handles things now. It's very weird, actually. If you want to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/DanStransky. And I'm on Instagram, HollywoodLights1992. So be sure to follow me over there so you can get updates on everything that I'm working on. And until next time, this is Dan, signing off.